Let's talk about an issue that every daily cannabis consumer is going to run into at some point. Getting high while you're sick. Whether you have a cold or the flu or a stomach bug, getting high while you're sick is not always the easiest thing to do, and for many people it's not that enjoyable. I've been meaning to make this video for a long time, but I just popped into my Discord and I have a video ideas channel, and a few people actually wrote this down. So if you have any video ideas for me, you can join my Discord, and there's a whole channel dedicated to ideas. Discord.gg/Cewpins. Also, there's usually homie session in there, so if you need somebody to smoke with, it's a good spot. But getting high while you're sick is not the easiest thing. It's not the most fun thing to do, in my experience. Now, most people are asking this question, how do you get high when you're sick? Or what are the best ways to smoke when you're sick? Most people are referring to like a cold or a flu. Something where they're coughing or sneezing a bunch. And it's not usually related to other types of ailments, but recently I had a little stomach bug. I think I was sick for like a week, and it actually started the day I was supposed to do a 1-gram dab live on stream, which we had to postpone. If you missed that hit, it's on my Instagram, Cewpins420 on IG. But I was sick for about a week. Wasn't able to eat that much. My stomach always felt like shit. And I wasn't smoking as much as I normally do. I basically just reduced my consumption overall. Anytime I get sick, it's kind of like a little bit of a tolerance break, but I'm still smoking. It's just not nearly as much. I talk about moderation a lot. I'm moderating even more heavily, where I'm only smoking if I think that I have to or if I think that I really need to. Because when you're sick or when you're coughing a bunch, smoke is like the last thing you want in your lungs. Anytime I have a cold or like flu-like symptoms where I'm just coughing and sneezing, I try to smoke as little as possible. I try not to even smoke. If I can, I'll switch to edibles, capsules, tinctures, anything where I don't have to inhale anything into my lungs, because that's just going to set me off on a little coughing fit. I can use all of my tips, but if I have a cold, sit before you rip, taking deep breaths, all of those things aren't going to do much. If that smoke's going to make me cough, it's going to make me cough. So usually if I'm sick, the bong hits go away. If I'm inhaling anything, it's a dab, and it's a low temp dab, and it's smaller than I normally do, and I baby it. I can recall towards the end of last year, I had like a cold for a week or so. I was coughing a bunch. I was using tinctures, I was using capsules, but sometimes when you're just laying in bed and you're trying to go to sleep, you're like, I really just one dab will do it, bro. One good hit will do it. A bong hit will do it, but a bong hit will make me cough for 20 minutes, and then I probably won't be able to fall asleep after that. So if you don't have access to edibles or tinctures, if you don't have access to other things that can get you high, there are a few things that you can do to help prepare for like a bong rip or a dab. Obviously, try to take as much of my advice as you can that helps you limit coughing. Having a cleaner piece, not using a piece that's too big. Putting warm water in your piece can help. And just taking smaller hits. You're not trying to take the biggest hit. You don't have anyone to impress. You're just trying to get high. I mentioned I was sick towards the end of last year with a cold. I remember that I didn't have a lot of dabs, but I had a lot of flour at the time. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to pack a bowl. I'm just going to make sure my bong's clean. I'm going to try to take one hit and just see if that helps me relax while I watch some King of the Hill. And honestly, I took like one of the smallest hits I've taken in a while. Like a quarter of what I would normally pack. Like 25% of my regular bowl. And it hit me so hard, it was like the biggest, harshest hit. Just because your throat is not ready for the smoke. If you've been coughing a bunch for other reasons and your throat's irritated, any amount of smoke can make you cough if you're not careful. So even on tiny little hits, it's pretty hard to get them down, but it's doable. But I personally recommend, like I was saying, if you got edibles, if you got tinctures, if you got something else to get you high, try that. I have heard people say that smoking lowers your immune system, and if you look up studies on if they've studied what it's like getting high when you're sick, or can weed help you overcome your ailments better, there's not a lot of information. But from my personal experience, if I'm sick, I don't think the weed's gonna fix it, but I still might need to smoke some. So if I have a cold, if I have a flu, something like that, I'm smoking way less than I normally do. And if I have tinctures and edibles, that's what I'm using to get high. If I need to smoke or I need to do a dab, I'm usually going to go for the easiest option, the easiest to pull on my throat. And right now, that's like a low temp dab on the Puffco. I drop it to like 490 or 500. I put a small little dab in the chamber, and I just take little sips on that. I don't got to worry about hitting the whole thing, taking a monster dab and blowing out a huge cloud. I don't got to worry about that. It's just about, can I get a little bit in me? So I'm actually curious if anybody wants to leave a comment, if they have tips or tricks or things that they do when they're sick to get high. Let me know. I kind of want to hear from more people, because it's going to be different for everybody. Not everybody is the same person when they're sick. I don't smoke that much. I smoke way less than I normally do. I do most of my smoke sessions from like 9 p.m. to 1 a.m., 2 a.m. live on Twitch. But if I'm sick, I usually don't stream, and then I usually only smoke for like a 1 hour window instead of a 4 or 5 hour window, and it's like 1 or 2 hits before I go to sleep. But let me know, what do you do? What's your advice? Make sure to follow me on Twitch, join the smoke sesh tonight, and if you have Amazon Prime, you can get me paid without spending any money. Support your boy with Amazon Prime. And if you want to see me try out some Japanese munchies, check out this video. I have a couple videos where I've checked out foreign snacks, but I think I need to make some more. Check out these Japanese munchies. Have a lit day, my dudes.